Welcome back, watch fans. Today we're going to be looking at the Yacht-Master, but we're going to be looking at it in a little bit of a different way. We're going to be focusing more so on three items that you rarely ever see together. This is the first time that I know of that even at Swiss Watch Expo that we have all three. So I figured that it would be the perfect time for us to show you these together. That way you can make the best decision for yourself in which you think would be the best Yacht-Master on Oysterflex. Now, the Yacht-Master has been a part of the Rolex collection since 1992. And for those who know me personally know, actually, the Yacht-Master holds a very special story for me. I actually received my first Yacht-Master in 1994. Even though it wasn't given to me in that year because I was still a child, that would be the piece that I would actually begin to wear in the beginning of my Rolex career, and actually within the first 5 years of me even selling watches in general. That was a piece that I wore every day. It was a piece that was passed down from my grandfather, and I wore that watch until it absolutely left our family, unfortunately. But that was a piece that I was more than in love with. So going from that platinum bezel, platinum dial, which was retired, to Rolex making this modernized collection that gives you so much beauty and depth, but still a nice, bold, and strong look for a man or a woman who wants that really sporty yet elegant look, these pieces really do stand out. The first one that actually came to us on Oysterflex was going to be in 2015. That would be with the Everose. A lot of people ask, well, what does Everose mean, or does it even have a purpose? Everose was going to be a mixture that Rolex would actually later make that would actually be a red gold that would never go back to its original color. That is important and imperative because for most watches, that copper did eventually fade out of the gold and the pieces began to look a little bit more yellow than what you would have found in the beginning when you purchased that watch itself. So with the Everose and them actually creating the ability to mix and mint their own gold, it allowed them to really control the facets of the gold coloring so they could actually change it to the right tones to bring out all of your undertones in your complexion and skin tones as well. The next one that would actually come to us would come to us in 2019. That would actually be the white gold version. With the white gold version, Rolex would actually move up in size for the first time. And I thought that was fantastic. So we went from the 40 millimeter in the Everose and the 37, which were the two options. So those gave you something that was really fun, to moving into a 42 millimeter. And I thought that that was a fantastic job, especially because of the black bezel that you find on this piece itself. When you're looking at that black bezel, it does kind of shrink the look of the watch itself. So with that 42, now it does look closer to a 41 or a 40 and a half. And I think that that really gives you that nice bold feature that you would want so that it gives that masculine feel to the watch itself, but it still gives that sporty yet elegant look as well. The great thing is, even in these colors in the larger size, I have a lot of women who love it as well. And it's that perfect watch for that CFO that she knows who she is and she believes in being bold, powerful, and strong. So when they came out again in 2022 and released that same feature, but they gave it to us in yellow gold, it was the option I felt we were all waiting for. Because that yellow gold is actually one that you can have inside of your wardrobe or in your watch drobe, you could even say. It was gonna be that piece that you could boldly wear with everything. And it was gonna match more of your jewelry if you're into jewelry. But if you're a gentleman who prefers to have a single watch, having something like this does make it where you get that sports feel, but you're not having to go a little bit above and beyond in pricing. Maybe what you would have been spending for Audemars Piguet or what you would have been spending on Patek, but this actually gives you something that is sporty, but it gives you that nice touch where it does look great with a suit as well, and they did a fantastic job on it. What makes the Oysterflex on the Yacht-Master so fantastic too is not only when you look at the bezel contrast that you have on the watch, but there are going to be little features that are built inside of it that really stand out and give you some differences. What Rolex did really well with this one that no one else did, when you look at galvanized rubber or the different strands of rubber that a lot of people will use, they did something that was very thoughtful to the consumer itself. So inside of the watch itself, there's actually going to be pockets. Now, those pockets that are in there are actually made for sweating. That is made for sweat prevention. Because it's lifted a little bit off of your skin, it allows the air to flow through. That means that you're not going to gain that moisture underneath, which a lot of people do. And for those women who are kind of trying to get an idea of what I'm talking about, if you ever wash your hands while wearing your wedding ring, if you notice over time from your lotion and that water, it can start to create its own little rings, and that can sometimes not be so great or fantastic, and that feel can actually cause chafing as well. Well, Rolex thought about that in this one, and that's actually what we have on the Oysterflex. With those air pockets, it creates the opportunity for ventilation. Also on the Oysterflex, the rubber itself has a little thin sheet of titanium inside of it. What that does is it makes it where it's going to be resistant to tear. That's something that I also thought was a fantastic thought for the design team, because that's one of the things that happens the most. A lot of people say, well, how often should I replace my strap? Or am I going to have to replace my strap? Well, with this one, if you take good care of the watch itself, you're not going to be worried about those things, because Rolex has already thought of those things for you. And that is one of the things that I personally really love when I'm looking at the Oysterflex itself. So when I'm thinking of a piece that would compete with, let's say, again, Audemars Piguet or Vacheron Constantin, or any of those actual features that you can find in their watches where they give you those fun but sporty looks, Rolex has done a fantastic job, and you can always look in the Yachtmaster collection to find it. Again, that beautiful Oysterflex strap in black, matching that bezel, but giving you the larger case size, or you may decide that you just want to go with the original case size. Because again, this even goes down to a 37, which gives a fantastic look on a woman who wants that sporty feel. But we want to know, out of the three in this collection, which one do you find to be the most interesting? Which one would you actually add to your watch collection and be proud to say that you're wearing? Tell us in the comments below here at Swiss Watch Expo.